What is good, YouTube? Quinway basketball analysis coming to you with another talk about the NBA before the season start. This is a question that everybody's wondering. Everybody wants to know. Everybody want people to talk about it because we just don't know what's gonna happen. First, I was a guy that wanted Demarcus Cousins to go to Washington just because I felt like John Wall and Demarcus Cousins had a little bit of unfinished business, meaning that when they played in college, they was super hyped. John Wall had his own dance move. He was quick. He was a solid defender. The dude just did everything, and they wasn't able to win a championship like Anthony Davis was able to do. But they wasn't able to do it with all that talent. Eric Bledsoe, you had DeMarcus, you had John Wall, and the list go on and on and on. And they wasn't able to get the job done. Now you have a roster that has been able to win 40 games damn near every season, and they came close to winning 50 games last year. And they was able to get one game close to the Eastern Conference Finals when they went against Boston and lost in Game 7. And John Wall has elevated. He has got better. He's got more mature. He's become more comfortable. He's become more dominant, averaging 20 and 10 last year. Bradley Beal is hitting his peak. He stayed healthy majority of the year. He was able to knock down threes, spread the floor, come off screens, and knock down mid-range jumper. He has been able to put the ball on the floor, get to the paint, get to the rim, get to the free throw line. He's becoming a better playmaker. Otto Porter is the perfect three because he's a glue guy. He's going to get you the rebounds. He's going to make the hockey assists. He's going to make the correct play in general. He's going to get some transition because he's long and lanky and athletic, and he's going to knock down the spot up in a corner three at a high level. He became a ridiculous three-point shooter last year, especially from the corner and from the spot up. So you have all that potential, and you say if we can add one more piece that can draw a double team, one more piece that can dominate the game besides John Wall and Bradley Beal. So take some attention off of them, take some pressure off of them. And I thought it would be Demarcus Cousins, a guy that can score, space out the floor for John Wall and Bradley Beal, knock down the three, knock down the mid-range pick and roll, which would be disgusting with him and John Wall, and pick and pop, dump offs, alley-oops, transition. Even Demarcus Cousins can even trail and knock down spot up threes if his man don't pick him up quick enough, and that would be ridiculous amount of assists passing to Bradley Beal and Demarcus Cousins. He already averaged 8 assists as a rookie playing with basically nobodies, and he came in the league now with 20. He had the point now when he averaging 20 and 10, and that's without another All-Star or All-NBA player with him. Even though Bradley Beal should be an All-Star this year if he's healthy and he plays enough minutes. And DeMarcus Cousins, you're getting a more redefined, more modern NBA center compared to when he was in Kentucky, where he was really just a rebounder and a low post banger. Now he can low post, bang, shoot, dribble, score in multiple ways, driving, three, mid-range, pick and roll, transition, free throw shooting is solid for a center. But he ended up going to the Pelicans. And the thing about the Pelicans is, well, DeMarcus Cousins, he's the best big man. Anthony Davis, he's the best big man. And just like Eric Gordon and Lou Williams, I think Lou Williams is a sixth man of the year. Eric Gordon is a sixth man of the year. And Eric Gordon ended up winning it. And then now they have that same thing going on in New Orleans where DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis was going at it as who's the best big man in the league. Now they're both on the same team, but they haven't played enough together last season after the trade to make a real run and get the chemistry and just flat out dominate. They don't have the personnel to me, and Drew Holiday was just coming back. DeMarcus Cousins never played with Anthony Davis besides the All-Star game, and they haven't even played that many minutes together then. And you don't really know what to expect. Obviously, they bottomed out, not making the playoffs, and they end up getting rid of Buddy Hield, a future player that is older for a rookie, but a guy that showed potential of being a scorer, a spotter, a three-point shooter, and a guy that probably can be a 20, maybe a 20 to 25 point scorer in the league one day as he get accustomed and used to the league. And now the question is, can Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins win together? Can they make the playoffs? Can they gel enough to where DeMarcus Cousins can say, I don't want to go to no other team. I want to re-sign with the Pelicans, stay down there with Anthony Davis, and we're going to try to figure this out with Drew Holiday. And That's the thing. When I see them play and I'm watching them in preseason and in the last couple of games of the last year, it's not enough. It's a sample size, but it do kind of make you wonder: can this team really gel? Can they really win when Demarcus Cousins is not really a dominant defender? Drew Holiday cannot stay healthy. Anthony Davis has health problems too, but he was able to play a lot last season. But it equal to losing because they got off to a bad start and injuries killed them basically ever since Anthony Davis got to the Pelicans. The whole team just can't stay healthy, even though they was able to make the playoffs once, something that DeMarcus Cousins hasn't been able to do on his own. I mean, I don't even know if he's going to stay at this point because like I said, they both can get 20 and 10, but it might not be enough because they don't have that third guy because Drew Holiday hasn't really been the same and he's always injured too. And the fact that DeMarcus Cousins has injury trouble too since he was in Sacramento. Obviously, he doesn't have to do as much as he did in Sacramento because he does have AD and he does have other players and he does have Alvin Gentry, a great offensive coach. Um, put them in spots, finding a way to make them fit together in the offense. They both have showed that they can still average 20 points and 10 rebounds together while they're on court and in preseason. They both showed that they can get their points damn near anytime they want to, whether it's in one quarter, whether it's in 2 to 3 quarters, whether it's just, hey, one in on the bench and I'm about to dominate until you get back in the game. It has worked, especially in isolation where they both either shooting threes or just playing in a mid or low post or a pinch post or sometimes just playing in a pick and roll. They have been able to stay effective and efficient in those roles. But can it equal to being I'm DeMarcus because I'm a free agent. I can go anywhere I want, and most teams will want me because I'm one of the best players in the league. Not best center, not best big man, one of the best players in basketball in general. And do I want to stay with Anthony Davis when we have a roster that we don't know what it's going to be next year? Can they build around us? Can they put the talent around us? And do we even have the money to put the talent around us after he signs back with the extension? Anthony Davis got one of the most biggest contracts in history. They just paid Drew Holiday over $100 million for in his contract extension. DeMarcus Cousins, you're gonna have a big three that you don't even know if you can win the championship with. You're gonna have a big three that you invested so much money. You're not gonna have that many wiggle rooms to put the talent around him or put that other guy that can take him to the next level. You're not gonna have the cap space. You're not gonna have the room if DeMarcus Cousins does sign. And that's a question I made the video about because a lot of people want to know the answer. Can you win with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis? Will they stay together? Can the Pelicans keep both? And the answer to me, I think, is no. I don't think you can build a good enough defense with DeMarcus Cousins and Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. I don't think you can even win a championship as those three players being your best three players. I think you could win a championship as Anthony Davis as your best player because he is athletic. He covers a lot of space. He can score from the three, the mid range, the post, the looks, the floaters, and the rebounding and the ability to block and steal. He can be your best player, but he has to have other defenders around him, especially on the perimeter, to build up walls to force him into Anthony Davis, to force them to use Anthony Davis as a help defender while he can still cover his guy but still contest and make the scoring hard in the paint. And if they can't get to the paint, they're going to have to score on the perimeter defenders that's out there. That's the way I will build an offense and defense around. Give them some shooters, give them a great ball handler, and a guy that can play in the pick and roll, but also be able to hit players on the perimeter. And if they do come in, send them to Anthony Davis or another guy like Omer Ashik who can't really play with AD because he can't score space out the floor. And maybe you can build some type of David Robinson, Tim Duncan type of defense around AD and another guy. But another problem I see with the Pelicans is they rely too much on the perimeter. For you to have two almost 7-footers that's basically better than every other center or power forward in the league because they're the two best big men in the league, and they can post up and they can shoot jumpers, like I would want to stay from 15 and in. I wouldn't want to shoot threes when I can hit an elbow jumper every possession, or put the ball on the floor, get a layup or a foul, or just post up and shoot over or blow past everybody. That's easy 2 points every time. Anthony Davis already shoot over 50% for a career, and Demarcus Cousins, he'll get back to that because he doesn't have to force as many shots and so many late second shots in the shot clock. With Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday on his team, he has enough players that they can take focus off of him and make his job easier. But I don't know. And the question I believe is I don't know. And I will have to say no. I don't think you can win a championship with Drew Holiday, DeMarcus Cousins, and Anthony Davis as your best players. I know they had to make the move because you do have to see if it can fit. You do have to see if it can work. You do have to see if DeMarcus Cousins wants to stay. Can he play with AD? What's the potential? You're giving up players that may be, and you're getting a player that is what he is. And DeMarcus Cousins is one of the best players in the league. So I understand why they made the trade. I understand why they made the gamble. They're trying to prove to Anthony Davis that they're trying to bring talent. They're trying to win a championship with him. And they doing the best they can, but it's just not good enough right now. And if DeMarcus Cousins show any sign that he might leave, you got to find a way to get rid of him, unless you're going to trade Buddy Hield and all those pieces basically for a rental. And then you got to find a way to still build around AD, and you still got to find a way to stay young and athletic and still find a way to build the team all the way from scratch around AD, because the DeMarcus Cousins trade didn't work, and you lose Buddy Hield, who can be a 20-point scorer in the future, and he could stretch out the floor and knock down threes and mid-range and score, and sometimes he can even get to the basket and score and get to the line. So he still has potential to be even better, and he showed that his last couple months in Sacramento. So that was just a discussion. That's just something to talk about, something to think about when you're looking at the Pelicans this year. Can Anthony Davis stay there another 3 years? Will DeMarcus Cousins stay there for the future? And another thing I want to point out, so many teams has capped out. They don't really have the space. There's not too many teams that can take on DeMarcus Cousins without trading big contracts. There's not a lot of teams that can just go out and sign DeMarcus Cousins if he's a free agent. So he really don't have too many places he can go, even though you'll be like, well, if I can get DeMarcus Cousins, I'm going to try to do anything possible to get him on my roster. Not too many teams have the cap space. Not too many teams has the flexibility. Not too many teams have the aspiring contracts to take him back. And not too many teams can literally just sign him and give him the money that he won't. So that's another thing. He said, hey, I'm playing with Anthony Davis. I'm playing with Drew Holiday. We have a chance. If we get a couple more pieces, I'd rather just stick it out with them. He might consider that now because he can get the 5-year deal because he played 1 year with the Pelicans this season. And on top of that, he don't really have that many places that can really get him right now, and based off how the cap space is with the teams. Maybe they can clear it. Maybe they can find some ways to get them. Other than that, it's going to be tough to even get DeMarcus Cousins in general. So that's something he's going to have to consider too. Let me know what you guys think about Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins and the Pelicans. Is Anthony Davis going to be gone? Is DeMarcus Cousins, can he fit? Can he stay? Can they make the playoffs? Do he want to stay if they don't make the playoffs? And what teams would you think he can fit on besides the Wizards and other teams? Name the teams you think he should go to. Name if you feel like he can stay. Will he stay? Will he leave? And where is he going to go? Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my website at analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Click the link, it'll send you to my website. Click the link, it'll send you to my Facebook page. All I'm asking you guys to do is like to show support on my Facebook page. Click the link, like the Facebook page, and that's it. And on my website, sign up so you can be a member on my website and be one of the users. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.